The battle for the Theta Centauri system had been raging for 18 brutal hours, and the Galactic Defense Coalition was losing. Badly. Captain Zara Veltar of the Andorian Republic gripped the arms of her command chair as another shockwave rocked her flagship Celestial Guardian. Through the smoke-filled bridge, she watched helplessly as the Coalition's defensive line crumbled under the relentless assault of the Hegemony invasion force. "Shield generators offline," shouted her tactical officer over the din of alarms. "Hull breaches on decks 7 through 12. The enemy was everywhere. The Skarn Hegemony had brought a fleet of nearly 400 vessels to crush the Coalition's strategic outpost sleek Predator-class destroyers that moved like hunting cats through space, massive siege dreadnoughts that could crack moons, and swarms of fighter bombers that darkened the void like metallic locusts. General Korthak, the Skyern field commander, watched the battle unfold from his command ship, Death's Inevitability, with cold satisfaction. His species had perfected the art of conquest over 3 millennia, building an empire that spanned 60 star systems through superior tactics and overwhelming force. This battle was proceeding exactly as predicted. Coalition forces are down to 73 functional vessels, reported his intelligence officer, her scaled hands dancing across holographic displays. Their command structure is fragmenting. Victory is assured within the next 2 hours. Korthak's predatory smile revealed rows of serrated teeth. "Excellent. Begin preparations for planetary bombardment. I want their industrial centers intact, but their population compliant." Across the battlefield, the Coalition forces fought with desperate courage against impossible odds. Valhari cruisers, elegant as swan songs, traded their lives for time. Nexari fighters, piloted by species that had never known war until now, threw themselves against Skaon battle lines with the fury of the newly awakened. The crystalline ships of the ethereal collective flickered in and out of phase space, striking like ghosts before dissolving back into the quantum foam. But courage wasn't enough. Technology wasn't enough. The mathematics of warfare were brutally simple: 400 ships versus 96 remaining Coalition vessels. The outcome was inevitable. That's when the impossible happened. Space tore open at the edge of the system, not with the gentle shimmer of a standard hyperspace exit, but with the violent rupture of force-dimensional transit. The fabric of reality itself seemed to scream as something massive punched through from dimensions that weren't meant to be accessed. Emergency sirens wailed across every ship in the system as sensors detected the gravitational anomaly. But what emerged made every military mind in the theater recalculate everything they thought they knew about warfare. Ships. Human ships. But not the scattered patrol vessels or exploratory craft that the galaxy had grown accustomed to seeing from the young species. This was something else entirely: a coordinated battle fleet that spoke of industrial capacity and military doctrine on a scale that dwarfed anything the Coalition had imagined possible. The lead vessel alone defied comprehension. The UNE Indomitable, at 3 kilometers in length, was larger than most space stations. Its hull was matty black, designed to absorb sensor sweeps and energy weapons alike, broken only by the cold blue glow of fusion drives that could push its massive bulk to impossible speeds. Weapon ports dotted its surface like the eyes of some primordial predator, each one capable of unleashing destruction that could gut capital ships. Behind it came wave after wave of human warships, heavy cruisers that bristled with railgun arrays, stealth destroyers that seemed to bend light around their hulls, carrier vessels disgorging clouds of autonomous fighter drones, and support ships packed with technologies that registered on alien sensors as completely unknown energy signatures. Fleet Admiral Chen Zhao stood on the bridge of Indomitable, her expression carved from granite as she surveyed the tactical display. 60 years of military service, from the corporate wars to the Titan Rebellion, had taught her that wars were won not by heroes or speeches, but by superior firepower applied with surgical precision. "Threat assessment," she commanded. 400 Scion vessels, mixed configuration, reported her tactical officer. Coalition forces are at 17% combat effectiveness and falling. Standard engagement protocols suggest. "Override standard protocols," Admiral Chen interrupted. "Execute total domain suppression." Authorization Chen Alpha 77. Across the human fleet, weapons systems that had never been revealed to the galactic community came online. The humans had been watching, learning, studying galactic warfare for decades, while carefully maintaining the illusion that they were just another minor spacefaring species. They weren't. General Korthak's confidence evaporated like atmosphere from a breached hull as his sensors tried to process what they were detecting. "What are those energy readings? Those aren't possible with their technology level." His intelligence officer's voice cracked with disbelief. "Sir, I'm detecting weapons that our databases can't classify. Power outputs that exceed our theoretical maximums. And sir, they're all targeting us." The battle didn't begin. It simply ended. The human fleet fired as one entity, 300 vessels, coordinating through quantum-entangled communication networks that operated faster than light itself. Magnetic accelerator cannons launched projectiles at percentages of light speed that made traditional kinetic weapons look like thrown stones. Directed energy weapons carved through Scion shields like they were made of gossamer. Antimatter torpedoes created brief new stars that illuminated the battlefield before fading to leave only expanding plasma clouds where enemy ships had been. But it was the weapons that violated known physics that truly broke the Scion resistance. Gravitational cannons that crushed ships into quantum singularities. Temporal disruptors that aged vessels into metallic dust in seconds. Reality anchors that prevented ships from escaping into hyperspace by literally locking them into normal space-time. The Scion hegemony's invasion fleet, 400 vessels, representing the military might of 60 star systems, lasted exactly 7 minutes and 32 seconds against human firepower. General Korthak, in his final transmission before death's inevitability was converted into constituent atoms, managed to send one last message to Hegemony High Command. "We were wrong about the humans. We were so very wrong. May the ancestors forgive us." Admiral Chen watched the tactical display clear of enemy contacts with professional satisfaction. Signaled the coalition fleet. Medical assistance is en route. Industrial repair ships will begin salvage operations within the hour. Captain Veltar, still reeling from what she had witnessed, managed to compose herself enough to respond. "Admiral Chen, how do we? How can we possibly thank you for this?" "No thanks necessary, Captain," Chen replied, her voice carrying the weight of absolute certainty. "Humanity protects its friends, and we deal with bullies." As the human fleet settled into defensive positions around the coalition survivors, word spread through quantum communication networks across the galaxy at faster than light speeds. The Scion hegemony's invincible fleet had been obliterated in minutes. The humans, the species everyone had dismissed as militarily insignificant, had demonstrated that they were perhaps the most dangerous force in known space. Within hours, 3 separate galactic powers would contact Earth, requesting immediate military alliance treaties. Within days, the Scion hegemony would offer unconditional surrender to prevent further misunderstandings with human forces. The galaxy had learned a harsh lesson. When humans arrived on a battlefield, the game was over. The only question was whether you were fighting with them or against them. And for the enemies of peace, that choice would determine whether they lived to fight another day or became another footnote in the growing legend of human military supremacy.